Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 20, otherwise entitled, I Know Who You Are. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Everything with you is about time, isn't it? The past, the present, the future.
Kayla's working with Savatar.
You know all of it, right? You know our strengths, you know our fears.
He's my best friend.
You know how much we love each other. And you know how to use that love against us.
This is all history to him.
I know who you are.
It's about time.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So quickly, just two things I want to mention before we get into the rest of the video. As I mentioned in my review yesterday, there is a channel and a website called Celebrity Whatnot, which I actually use their footage for some videos about a week and a half ago, so it would be very much appreciated if you could go check out their YouTube channel and also their website, which will be linked in the description below. So they're probably the best place to actually get like leaked footage, if you want to call it that, like footage from the set of the filming for different shows like Flash, Supergirl, Arrow, and Legends, and anything like that. So they do have like the full length videos of the filming from the finale, which is pretty interesting, and a lot of you guys might be interested in checking them out. So as I said, it will be linked in the description below. And the second thing is, I've mentioned it a couple of times, that is Supernova. This is the last time I'm mentioning it, but this weekend I will be at Melbourne Supernova because a lot of people have been asking me about this. So I will leave the link to the Supernova Melbourne like tickets if you are interested in going, obviously if you live in Melbourne. So yeah, wow, that trailer looks pretty damn insane and definitely gets me excited for this week's episode. Especially seeing how yesterday's episode concluded with Killer Frost meeting with Savatar in the Frosty Woods, and for Savatar to gain her trust, he reveals his identity to her. Obviously not to us though, just to Killer Frost, even though us the audience do see his back and sort of his head. This, along with Killer Frost's reaction, has led a lot to believe Savatar could in fact be Ronnie Raymond. Now I'm not going to give my opinion on that for now, I will go over that in a video over the weekend, so be on the look for that over the weekend. We do have a synopsis or description for this episode, which we will go over quickly before diving into the actual breakdown of the trailer. Before we do that though, if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and make sure to let me know in the comment section below what do you think of anything in this trailer. What do you think, what's going on with Savatar? Who do you think he is? Do you think he's Ronnie Raymond, or do you think he's someone else? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Barry and the team meet Tracy Brand, a scientist who may be the key to stopping Savatar. Unfortunately, Killer Frost is also after Tracy, so Team Flash must battle their old friend, which proves to be particularly difficult for Cisco. Joe and Cecile's relationship takes a big turn. So from the beginning of the trailer right through until the ending, we hear and see at points Barry speaking to Savatar. Now what he fully says throughout this trailer is the following. Everything with you is about time, isn't it? The past, the present, the future, you know all of it, right? You know our strengths, you know our fears, you know how much we love each other, and you know how to use that love against us. Now you would have to think this confrontation would be towards the end of the episode, especially considering another quick part which follows what I just read out. However, they could do what Arrow did this season with Prometheus and reveal a certain secret, if you want to call it that, around the halfway point of the episode, rather than like the typical cliffhanger ending that we have become accustomed to with certain shows like The Flash. What Barry is saying to Savatar though, around him knowing the past, present and future, as well as all of Team Flash's strengths, fears and their love for one another, is heavily hinting that Savatar is in fact someone that is within their inner circle, or once was within their inner circle. Obviously this being another hint at him being someone like Ronnie Raymond, but as I said, that's for another video. But let's move on to the Killer Frost portion of this trailer. As you can tell from the synopsis for this episode, will be a pretty big part of the actual episode. The first part that we see of her in the trailer is when she meets with Savatar. Now, as I said earlier, we did see Killer Frost meet with Savatar in those woods at the conclusion of last episode, where he actually reveals his real identity to her in order to essentially gain her trust. I must say though, Killer Frost is looking good right here. This costume incorporates certain styles we have seen in the comics to great effect. The only downside really with this costume would have actually been for the actual actress, Danielle Panabaker, who plays Caitlin Snow or Killer Frost, as his episode would have been filmed in quite chilly or cold conditions in Vancouver, and that costume doesn't look very warm at all. So I sort of feel bad for her that she would have had to walk around in that, but yeah, it's a good costume. Now the Vibe versus Killer Frost battle in this episode should be a pretty damn cool moment in both like a visual effects sense, but also acting wise as well, as Cisco in particular will be struggling with the thought of having to fight his best friend. We did see at the beginning of last episode that Cisco didn't do anything to Killer Frost when she was hunting HR, Cisco and Julian. It would have been interesting to see if he would have actually done anything if she started firing ice at them. But yeah, this moment between Vibe and Killer Frost is giving me some like Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha feels. So yeah. At one point in the trailer, you do actually see Julian, HR, possibly Cisco. I'm not 100% sure if he's there, but I know you definitely see Julian and HR. And you also see another lady character running away from something or someone. Now this does go by in a flash, but this lady character is actually Tracy Brand, who is obviously referenced in the synopsis, but she's the person that future Barry references as the woman who built the device that stopped Savatar in the future and allowed Barry to trap him in the Speed Force prison. Now unfortunately for that, even though it could stop Savatar, she didn't work out how to build it, or didn't finish building it, might I say, until 4 years after Iris died, I think. So it would have been like 2021 when she finally built it and Savatar was stopped. So we saw future Barry give present day Barry her work on that storage device thing. It looked weird, which they are going to have to get present day Tracy to decipher, figure it all out, and get cracking on building that thing so they can stop Savatar before he actually kills Iris. Unfortunately, as the synopsis does say, Killer Frost will also be after Tracy as well, which is going to make things quite difficult, I guess you could say, and probably be what leads to that Vibe versus Killer Frost showdown that we talked about earlier. Killer Frost, you would have to think, is after Tracy as like a deed or, you know, a chore for Savatar, but there could be another reason behind it when we actually watch the episode later this week, because you would be thinking to yourself, well, couldn't Savatar go get her? Like, does he not want her to die or something? Is like Killer Frost just trying to get those plans to stop this present day Tracy from building them? We don't know. It's a bit confusing because this does happen in the shows, like when a person gets another person to do something. It was like, dude, you're really powerful. Couldn't you just do it yourself? So anyway, but the biggest thing from this trailer that I've seen a lot of people been talking about, and I think it's going to be the big talking point coming from this trailer leading into the actual episode, is when we hear Barry say towards the end, "I know who you are," like the episode title, with Savatar then looking to be kneeling down like he did to Killer Frost when he revealed his identity to her. So I guess the big question from this is Savatar really going to unmask himself and show Barry who he is? Because we don't know if Barry is just talking crap. We don't know if Barry's just going up to Savatar saying, you know what, I know who you are, but I'm not going to tell you who I think you are. I'm just going to let you know that well, not subconsciously, but without actually telling you, I know who you are. So maybe Barry's just playing mind games with Savatar to sort of trick him into revealing his identity. Because I know in episode 21 or something, Killer Frost is meant to come to Team Flash with a proposal or like a deal, and I think that deal is Savatar's identity. That's just what I'm assuming, but we'll have to wait and see. So I don't know. It would be a cool moment because I know a lot of people last episode were really annoyed that Savatar wasn't unmasked when Killer Frost saw who he was. But I wasn't really expecting last episode for him to be revealed. There was too much going on in that episode for them to use the unmasking in that episode. I like it when nothing much is actually going on in the episode, and they show that in the actual episode to like bring up what you thought of the episode. Make that episode better than what it would if that, you know, that reveal wasn't in there. Like if you think back to Flash Season 2, the episode where Zoom is revealed, I think it was the King Shark episode, so there wasn't much going on in that episode apart from King Shark, but it was really a filler episode. And even the Arrow episode this season where Prometheus is revealed, it wasn't like the most amazing episode. So like if they place these reveals in certain episodes where maybe they're not the greatest episodes like by themselves, they do fit in better because they just give you a greater appreciation for that certain episode. So it could happen this episode. It would fit in, I think, if they did it this episode. But I wouldn't be surprised if they left it till episode 21 or 22 until they actually revealed his identity. But I think, I don't know, there are a lot of people getting unsettled. I'm pretty patient with it, but I can understand if you are like one of the people that's getting annoyed thinking, please just show me who is under this armor because it's freaking me out. It's making me go mental. Just tell me who it is. But as I said, I'll do a video over the weekend in regards to Ronnie Raymond, whether he could possibly be Savatar, or the connections and things that lead up to him, you know, making sense if he was to actually be Savatar. But But if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this trailer as a whole? Do you think Savatar will be revealed this episode? Do you think that Savatar is actually Ronnie Raymond? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.